It is December 31st, 2024. Okay, we're going to have a talk. Okay, where I did in the last video that when um, John's kids on Thanksgiving 18th said they wanted the house for Auntie Shaw and Papa. Well, I thought it was Michelle Calgo, this 150-year-old woman that went to his church. Okay, I thought it would serve him right. She was mean as a snake to her first husband. Okay? So you do realize how shocked I was when I'm sitting in Faith Family Church. The sanctuary part is seats over 1,000. It's one of those mega churches. You know, I'm sitting in their churches getting ready to begin. A group of teenagers come in. Okay? And they're loud. You turn around and look. And Michelle's a normal name. Okay? They're talking Michelle. And then all of a sudden, she yells out, "I'm the one that dates Dave." I turn around and look. She's pointing at me. I'm the one that dates her husband. I'm like, oh my God, it's you. And I honestly did not believe her. You know, that's where I tell you, she didn't look 18, 100 pounds. That's being generous. And I'll tell you what, honestly, she looked 14 to 16. Her, and if she wasn't so evil the way she talked, I'll tell you what, you'd feel sorry for her. Because she had white, light blue, they weren't white, they were the real light, faded blue jeans on that were way out of style. Here it is, January. They're 4 inches above her ankle. They didn't even look like capris. They didn't have a slit on them. They just looked too small. Skin tight. And the top of her thighs were no bigger. I wouldn't even say a grapefruit or orange. She looked malnutrition. Okay? And she has old junky shoes on and a skanky shirt. And I thought, dear God, you look like a teenage prostitute. He's 60. That's like a 40-year difference. And I'm like, I don't even believe her. I didn't believe her. And then she's going on how she can have anybody drug, beat, and raped. She just had to ask those guys. And I thought, and you're crazy and dangerous. Okay, she's one also bragged that she was watching me in the bathroom. She was one, her and her group were taping everybody go to the bathroom. She was selling kitty porn. Okay? Well, some of the police officers that watched me, they said, is she even 18? Is she even legal? One said, what is she, 15, 16? And one guessed her at 14. See what I mean? Are they trying to set up her husband to go out with an underage girl so they can sue him or get him arrested? Because she doesn't look legal. No, she didn't. That's why I didn't believe her. I honestly didn't. So that's where this whole thing is. You think about it. Now, FBI agent Miller, you were supposed to be dating her. What were you doing dating a minor? Because there's a big difference. That girl, I say 100 pounds. I'll tell you what, she looked 90. If they said she weighed 85, I believe it. She, yeah, I mean, she literally looked like she had been being starved. So, you would have felt sorry for her. You would have felt sorry for her if she wasn't talking how she could have people harmed. And then they kind of pity went out the window. See, then you got to think. If she'd been dating my ex-husband for a while, why didn't he buy her clothes? He made it so that I looked like I could work in a business when I went outside. I either had a black or navy blue skirt on. Most of the time, or a jean skirt. I had flats, or heels, or boots. Okay? Most of the time. I had a tank top with a nice shirt under it. Tank top with a fancy tank top with a cardigan that matched. That's how I dressed. I wore my clothes out of the New York and Company. A lot of them were like business wear and casual business wear. I learned to shop there. They would have $60 shirts. They'd mark them half off. You would sign up your email. They'd send, if you spent $300, they'd give you $150 off. Well, you go in and their $60 sweaters or tank tops are now $30. You spend $300, get half off. You just paid $15 for a $60 shirt. Left with a whole bag for $150 one time. I learned to shop there and hit all their sales and their coupons. So you're really only paying $15. I really miss that store. But yeah, I learned to. So why didn't he buy her clothes? He made me dress pristine. So why wasn't she dressed even anything that didn't look like she got it from somebody else's closet that didn't want it? Homeless shelter? Get your idea how pathetic she looked? Now, so that's where, but my ex-husband, we paid off my New York and Company card. Okay. I moved out within like a week or so. And it's all paid off. Okay. Went out and opened my own card. Do you know that ass? Now, after I moved out in April of 19, he did go out and buy somebody $500 or $700 worth of clothes. He tried to stick me with it. And I got the receipt of where we paid it off. And I had no access to his credit card. That I had my own account. And the judge wouldn't let him put it that I had paid for it. Because they weren't my clothes. He did buy somebody clothes. Now, up on Facebook last night. Now, we're going to start this way. Last night, outside my clients, there was women. They were talking. They said, we told these people to stop saying stuff. We found out that there was never a competency hearing. No judge actually found her insane. I told them to stop saying stuff where they made it up that I was found insane. It's a lie. There's no competency hearing. There's no judge. There's no attorney, no defense. There's nothing. They made the whole thing up. Insanity is not curable. They laughed. They thought they could pay off a dirty doctor to write up something about me and that they could just steal everything. It don't work that way. You actually have to have a competency hearing. And they have to explain to you that you were found insane under this diagnosis. You're having a guardian, a social worker. This judge is going to sit over and make sure that you're taken care of. You're being placed on disability, and you're basically a ward of the state, but you still have rights, and he will make sure your rights are taken care of. And that you're going to have caretakers come in and help you with your daily life. I take care of people like that. Met the people that work for the circuit court judges that take care of my clients. So, weird. You can't, could you imagine if you could just pay off a dirty doctor to destroy somebody? People do it left and right. And then on Google itself, insanity isn't curable. You can't say, oh, somebody's insane. They live a normal, healthy life. That is medical malpractice, fraud, and a very big lawsuit. See what I mean? They're just like they said I had charges and I've never been prosecuted, never found guilty. I have nothing. They just lie. Okay. So some ladies out there and said, I found out there was never a competency hearing. She was never found insane. I told these people to stop saying stuff to her. And they said, well, she didn't even know about that girl until 19, and she even taped her ex-husband saying that he's never cheated and that she never caught him. And that girl's running around telling everybody she threatened her. What are we going to do? They're watching her on Facebook. What she puts. Oh, I put it up on Facebook. Don't play with me, bitches. Of him saying that I never caught him. He never cheated. Don't play with me, bitches. They sold the login by the first or second month of the case. I can go into other states and people talk about the case. It's on the internet. M13 is actually hacking and live streaming protected custody cases to get the people terrorized in them. But more likely that former agent Will is the one that sold it. Because he came in and confessed December 18th, 24, that he let all this happen because Michelle told him I threatened her. Never even talked to her. Didn't even know, and he found out I didn't even know who she was till February 19th. See, that's where the whole thing of it is. The cartel was laughing that he was dating her. So, Mr. Former retired federal FBI agent, what were you doing dating a minor? A minor prostitute. That's a whole nother box of worms. Okay, then we're going to talk. May of 19. I moved to April of 19, I moved to Louisville. May of 19, up in Giant Eagle parking lot. Truck guys, human traffickers are here. There's 2 women that are about 250 pounds, each blonde. They call them Michelle and Lauren. They said they were stealing for them. Okay? She was stealing for them. They were stealing for them. They told Maslin, October 4th, 23, that Will was stealing for them. And one had went down to like a 14, 16 from a 24. They told up in Akron where I was working, a couple neighbors down, that Will was stealing for them. The one neighbor said, I told that Lauren I don't want her back up here. So that's where you look at those heavyset girls. Where'd the twig go? See, this is where even some of the cops that watch me, are they lying that they're going out just so she'll finish leaving? See, that's where, yeah. Okay, then you gotta think. If you go 6 months before the case, Dave and I had the house out for sale. We had been packing, getting ready to move. And we were out one day, and he wanted to go to this one restaurant we never went to. We go in, and it's empty. There's one couple over in the corner. There's an old couple sitting behind me. Dave and I sit down in a booth, and this young girl, blonde girl, barely 18 too, okay, looks at me and walks by like this. I'm like, who are you? Giving me a scout. Sits down in the booth and goes, bam! Right in the back of my booth. Does he think it's funny being here? I'm like, Dave, who's that? He's like, I don't know. Boom! I'm like, Dave, who is that? He's like, I don't know. And that older couple starts talking about Dave by name. I said, they sure do know you. Who are those people? Then she goes, boom, again in the back of my chair, my booth. And I'm like, Dave, who are those people? He's like, I don't know. And she kept doing it. I said, can I sit on your side? He's like, yes. I said, who are those people? I don't know. We went home and told Danny about it. He's like, some crazy blonde girl was slamming her body in the back of Mom's booth. Okay. In 2021, I was at Wood Forest. Okay. That girl walked up, looked at me, as if you don't know what's going on. I thought, who? Oh my God, you're that girl from the restaurant. It's you. I didn't say anything. I thought, who that? Then I got to thinking her parents were the set of mean parents. See, they said around the time the case started that Mary's niece said she'd be willing to kill someone for the opportunity to date somebody like Dave. And Dave was so excited because he never had somebody willing to kill someone to go out with him. Is that Mary's niece? The psycho bitch? See, that's where this whole thing, and it's crazy, but it's a cartel, and they are crazy, and they are liars, and they do run fraud schemes. But they're, like they told him, they're messing with the wrong person. The police watcher. The police document everything every day. They have my ex back in 2018. They have him saying that I never caught him with anyone. He never cheated. They also have him defending me. They have John defending me. Joshy defending me. Danny defending me. The kids defending me. They also have Mel telling the kids to lie for some girl named Michelle. And them stating on Thanksgiving of 2018 that they were games of pretend they made up. And they're documenting me games of pretend. That's where Flora, Dixie let me tape her with her permission that, it's mean games of pretend. Flora was laughing about him a year later, chuckling. I would have spanked him. But I thank God I'm not their mother. And the police wrote it up and documented that they were just showing off for the new girlfriend. We'll just write it up. They were showing off for the new girlfriend. That's it. They could have been prosecuted. Now, think about this. I was found innocent of everything in 2018. Right after Thanksgiving of 2018, the cops had like a little huddle in Walmart 62 up front. Why they have those kids make all that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her out of the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke highly of her. Do you know how many times they've showed up and told them that? Repeatedly? Nobody's ever seen anything. She never heard anyone. How many times? Screamed at these people. Looked at them and said, what are you talking about? See, it's not funny when people roofie people and tell them to say something stupid or Photoshop washing in a drug scam. Racketeering and sextortion is not funny and done by drug dealers. Now, you don't want me to put it up on Facebook. Oh, let's see how the church is taking up money to hire men to kill me. Dave defended me that, you never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. We talk about Melissa lying because I was supposed to move out and go through a divorce. She'd have her kids make up something, and the church people, he acknowledges them. John defended me. We talk about that. Have Joshy defended me. Danny defended me. Kids defended me. You want to play with me? You're messing, like the police said, they're messing with the wrong person. My tolerance for you people are none. So those idiot women outside and said they're running around laughing at her because they can't sell her because she's too old or ugly. Fuck you, bitch. And the ones that did want her, she's too mean to sell. Well, I'll tell you what, bitch. They sold me on January 25th, 2019 for 25 grand. If you pull the case in a legally bugged house, I'm in my room crying. Someone beats on the door. Tells Dave, the police always knew she is innocent and innocent before, and they were talking about it at the station. Some guy was bailing his guy out from a team and said if she's innocent, I'll pay a fine or bail. Okay? And the police said no, they would never want to arrest her. They knew somebody else did something wrong before. They said that agent, now by then he's a retired agent, okay, former agent, is trying to put a fine on her for saying something about the FBI was involved so big that she could never pay it. He offered to pay that fine or bail, and no one can ever tell her she can't say a word. And no one's to say a word to her, and he'd pay that fine. And they told him, no, he can't tell people they can't say anything. He tried to extort money out of that recruiter. Okay? Then later on, somebody else is there. It's either before that or right after. If it's not on that day, it's real close. I'm telling you, I think it's the same day. Some guy shows up. I paid 25 grand for her. And now I'm not racist at all. My brother's family is Filipino and African American. Okay? His extended family. Beautiful. My one niece is used to be a swimsuit model. She's beautiful and gorgeous and exotic. Okay? But I don't care what color your skin is. It's wrong to human traffic. I'm laying there crying in my room. The guy showed up and said, I bought her for 25 grand. Dave said, she won't go with you. She'll be afraid of you. You're African American. I don't care what color your skin is. I'm not going with you because you're a human trafficker. I ain't going with nobody. And he said, I paid good money for her. I want her. And that guy, other guys, you could hear them show up, and they were like, you can't have her yet. We're not done with her. I paid good money. You'll wait till we're done. Okay? Like they said in October, November of 24, her ex-husband got caught under police surveillance in the middle of them trying to sell her. They talked about a Harry, and people call me a Harry's girl. And one of them. Now, are you crazy being mean to her? And they mention Harry's name and they scatter like they're afraid of him? Oh, who the hell is? Even the U.S. Marshals on January 20th, 23, out in Worcester, where those weirdos were over at the bar saying she's, I sat with my friend. And we're talking about the case. And he kept saying she's over there sitting with him. And he's like, who is that? I said, I don't know. I wanted to say he's riffraff. Ignore him. And then when they go to leave, they said, we're going to tell Harry she's sitting with another man. They heard him mention Harry. Now, there is a big coincidence. And a big coincidence. Okay? There is a Harry that's African American, human trafficker in Ohio. They're all after. Is that him? Then there was this Indian guy, older one. Yeah, they took his money too. Him and his family were even following me into last year. Don't ever think we're still on here. You need to realize your elderly father broke the law. Explain to him the mean people took his money. I'm not for sale. I'm a U.S. citizen. Where those bitches outside, she's either too old, too ugly, or too mean to sell. Fuck you. And by the way, I am 57 years old. 57. I passed for 40. 57. 57. I'm old enough to be these people's grandmother. Think about it. The ones that are making fun of me, at least their mother, if not their grandmother. I'm almost 60. I may look in my 40s. And by the way, for where you call me ugly, I went out with retired sheriffs Had other ones tell me that they thought I was beautiful. Police officers, went out to eat with them, thought I was beautiful. Business owners thought I was beautiful. Successful men thought I was beautiful. And if these people wouldn't have been messing with me, I would have been remarried a long time ago. They're stupid. They should have been fixing up date after date after date, because the only thing that stops my alimony is my remarriage. See, that's where I told you, around October 19th of 23 in Menchie's in Canton on a Wednesday, okay? There's a guy in there, and he is talking. There's another murder plot. They're trying to make it so she can never carry a gun. And that way they can show up and they can try to kill her again. And she won't be able to defend herself. They'll wait. And he's announcing another murder plot. July 8th or 9th of 24, 9:10 in the morning. Altman Hospital Building Department, guy in the background. He's confessing. It's him behind the murder plot. He said, I called, I ordered those men to come here. I paid for them to show up. Okay? I paid for them to do everything to her. I paid for people to follow her around and say and do stuff to her. It's him. I know she only carried a gun because Dave was controlling. I made it so she couldn't carry a gun again. It's the guy behind the next murder plot and the one that's been paying for everything. They said it was that old drug dealer from Ravenna. That's how they refer to Pete as, the old drug dealer from Ravenna. Okay? I can carry a gun. Like the cops say, you know why you don't carry a clip and a gun? You don't have it in you to shoot anyone. Dave wanted me to carry a gun because he wanted concealed carry. By the way, the FBI had to pass me to go through the classes. Yeah. You have to go through a background check to get approved. And those things are dangerous. So I normally wouldn't even leave my clip in the gun. Never one in the chamber. Takes a second to load. And a lot of times I kept the clip in a different part of my purse. Because those things are dangerous. Or a lockbox under the seat. I don't even carry. I haven't carried a gun 3 years. Don't even own one. Dave, he was big into concealed carry, guns, gun rights. I want, carrying one. You know what they do? They make your purse heavy. Hurts your shoulder. Now, it's sort of like where that guy pulled up in a green car and he thought it was one of those idiots going to harm me. And he's freaking out, digging through my purse. Oh my God, Karen, get in the car. Where's that gun? It's like, it's not together. He's like, where's that gun? Get in the car. Oh my God, you don't know what's going on. Karen, get in the car. I'm like, no. People are walking by at 7 o'clock at night at Walmart 62. It's all lit up in the fall. And they're looking at this idiot screaming, get a gun. Oh my God, get a gun. I'm like, no. Act like a damn fool in front of people. And the guy's so scared because somebody's yelling, grab a gun. He won't even get out of his car. And I'm like, if you're scared of him, beat him with my purse. Dear God, it had a 2 or 3 pound weight in it. It do damage. Oh, the cops were dying laughing. She told him to beat him with her purse. And see, that's where the cops came up. Do you know why you don't carry a clip in the gun? You don't have it in you to shoot someone. See, that's where people were laughing last summer. There's no way the cops would even care. She was carrying an empty gun, and she doesn't have it in her to shoot anyone. That's ridiculous. To me, they should have told people that I was mean and scary and be afraid. Lie to them. Not put a target on my back. Here, she's an easy target. She don't even have it in her to fight back. Unless you want me to put up my ex-husband defending me and talking about everybody defending me. Him saying, admitting he was threatened to have me killed, his church. Leave me alone. It's already on YouTube. You know, when that recruiter, you know what he did? His statement where January 25th, 2019, they said that they had told him that some church was trying to have me killed. He said it's wrong to kill anybody. So, you know what he did? He sent men down to the mall. Big, huge ones, 7 foot, 300 pounds. Where the cartel was all over the mall, they scattered. They walked around me. When one person opens their mouth, we'll take care of them ourselves. Walk through Walmarts, walk through stores. Because of that man, the human traffickers moved on. Some people were still getting grabbed here or there in this area, but it wasn't like a mass attack like in Cleveland and other places. He saved lives. And I'll tell you what, people were so excited when they heard that he had sent those people down there. People showed up with the jerseys from that team. And I had groupies. And they called him Karen's knight in shining armor, rode in on a white horse to save the day. He sent men down here to walk around the mall and threaten all of them. And you know what? Where they were putting twist ties on people's cars, they go out and try to get in their car and try to pull it off. They pull up and try to grab it. That shit stopped. That shit stopped. Where it wasn't even safe to walk in Belgium, people go shopping all the time. Every once in a while, you'll see a couple of them in there. But not where there was groves of them. They scattered. Because of that man, only thing he did is put it out there for his big friends to come down and walk through stores and malls. And if anybody tries anything, they take care of them themselves. They scattered. 7 foot men, follow me around. Got a problem? He saved other people's lives by stepping forward. And they're like, oh, he was the one making fun of her. No, he was the one intervening and having people intervene to stop people from being killed and taking, you dumb twit. I was in Walmart 62 yesterday. These twitty teenage kids, morons, they're fucking airheads. Okay, they were talking. They said it was actually a shower scene in the other room. A washing. It still made her look weird, so it don't matter. They were taping her in the shower. You wash your hind then, right, sweetie? Because like my friend Matt, I was talking to him. I said, you know, where they said they put clips together, put her in a porn. It's not her, it's them. And it goes from simply brushing off water with clothes on to their shower scene in the other room. That's what they photoshopped. I said, because after they told me that the only thing they had me on was just brushing off water with clothes on. They didn't have anything else. Never said I did anything wrong before. They had to Photoshop everything in and out, okay? So I said, what would you be doing if they said, you touch yourself, you expose yourself, you touch yourself, look weird, but you're not weird. What are you doing? Well, I even thought yeast infection cream. Sounds like you're undressing, you're putting infection cream on yourself. Then I got to thinking, well, it sounds like you got undressed and you got in the shower and you're washing yourself. Showering, right? And I walked outside, smoked, she figured out what they did. I asked him that question, what would you be doing? He said, it sounds like you're washing yourself. You have to wash yourself sometime. Or you'll smell and you'll get sores. Exactly. So, teenage kids, are you trying to say you never soap up your hiney? And you got pee and poop and little pieces of toilet paper stuck to your butt? Don't be stupid. They were saying all kinds of shit. You wash yourself in the shower. That's what they photoshopped in the other room. And that's why they left it. FBI agent John that he filed for roofie confessions and photoshopping and washing done by a bunch of crackheads. And the cartel made fun of the FBI. Last September, in 23, they were up in Akron where I was working. My client and I are sitting outside. They walked by. They're like, the guy said, did she do anything wrong? I said, no. The drug cartel already confessed. They photoshopped everything. And they made fun of the FBI for falling for it. Are they going to do anything about it? We don't know, but none of this is funny. Well, they sell videos of them making fun of the FBI agent John, even to children. He's a public fool. That lady said, I asked her ex-husband if they ever said it was a medication error that made her sick before. He said yes. And they did tell him to sue those doctors. He didn't say a word. And he knew that and let all those people hurt her. You got to think even the mental moronic behavior of somebody calls you a faker 15 years ago, and it was medical malpractice and medication errors, and you want to harm somebody for a made-up baby lie of 15 years of just calling someone a faker? Think of the mentality of these morons. It's sick, it's satanic and evil, and they are the most moronic, stupid dumbasses. Just like this on December 18th, 24, some guys walk in Walmart, 62. They said she had charges. Another person said it's just the drug cartel. So we had someone call up to the Ravenna courthouse. They said there's nothing against her. It is just the drug cartel. That's when that agent walks in. So mad he found out Michelle lied to him. Walked in with another guy. Confesses. He's so angry he confesses. He said, Michelle, or Karen never knew who Michelle was till January and February of 19? No, I made sure of it. She didn't know till she showed up and announced herself. He said, she told me she threatened her. And I told them I didn't care what they did to her. If she was going to threaten her. Then think of the mentality of that. Most women would threaten the husband's girlfriend, yell at him, beat him, something. That's babysishness. And the one I seen was a prostitute, and a teenage prostitute, and then they're bragging that you're dating a teenage prostitute, Agent Will. What are you doing dating a minor? There's a big, yeah. And how the hell would I know who you're dating? I have never even laid my eyes on you till that day. We only talked on the phone. So I didn't know you from Adam, so who the hell would I know who you're dating? You moron. Then he admits he's in it with the drug dealers making bets over this. I told that drug dealer that bet that after everything that he did to her, that no one ever wanted to leave her alone. I found out Karen's getting remarried. I knew she had it in her. He admitted he was in it with the drug dealers, betting over me. See, in May of 19, the police taped in that strange order that no one would ever want me. See, Keith preached the service in 2016. We went down to visit. It's called Killing Jezebel. It was so evil they had to erase part of it. Get rid of your wife. Get rid of your children. Gotta give you new. It takes a priest to kill Jezebel because they have no feelings. You have to kill off all your family, your friends that were with them. Okay? You are to at least make sure they are pushed to spiritual suicide and that they can never pray again, never serve God, and their souls will be damned to hell forever, and no church will ever want them. What were some of the drug lords' bets? Hello? They're making that service happen. This is killing Jezebel. The Bible states if you kill a soul, God will not pardon you. Not to fear the ones that can kill your body, but your soul. And God will not pardon anyone that kills a soul. You're damned to hell forever for that. All souls belong to God. I'm going to upload this.